Well, I was born in Christchurch, so I've sort of lived here all my life really. My addiction of stuff really, I outgrew wherever I was, and the neighbours aren't quite so tolerant in the city. So we moved to Rolleston and created this thing. A couple of guys in our hot rod club built it. Carl Mason was the main one, and I helped by falling off the roof and breaking both my wrists, which put me out of action for quite a while, and now I know what pain really feels like. Yeah, but I've always liked American, like Pennsylvania type barns, and just thought they were a pretty neat style. And I was in a very weird minority when I first built it, but nowadays it's becoming quite a common thing for hot rodders / car collectors to build big purpose-built places to hold all their stuff. I lost a bourbon and coke for 2 weeks. No, you sort of, no, it's very easy to lose stuff really. I try to coordinate certain things, like, you know, put the magazines into boxes in years and stuff, and then, you know, someone comes around, pulls one out and sticks it somewhere else, and you think you've lost it or never had it. And so I don't know, it's, you know, every week there'll be something you decide you want to find and it becomes impossible, you know. Losing keys is a good one. 22, 23 cars, I think, 4, 5. They sort of come and go a bit. But I wouldn't be a good car dealer, because I end up, you know, sort of liking stuff, and stuff you bring in to sell ends up staying, you know, as you can see. Yeah, the good old days, it was easy, just finish them and drive off in the wild blue yonder, get a sticker on the window and you're away, you know. But yeah, it's yeah, quite the mission with some of them. Like I brought my Austin A40 Street Fighter back. That had been on the road here twice, once as an original car, and once exactly basically as it was, except for the paint and things, as it is now, and with thousands of miles on it. And now I'll have to, you know, do heaps of backflips to get it back to being legal on the road, but it will happen. I've always, you know, been a hard and hot rod sort of person, but my sort of love is 50s and early 60s Fords and Mercurys. Sort of going through a 1960 Mercury phase at the moment. I think I've got 3 of those. Yeah, there's so many good cars out there, you know. It's just greed, really, you know. The 2 cars I've got to build, I don't even know whether you found that, but there's a 32.3 window in behind there. So I have to build the 32.3 window and I have to build the Willys coupe. So we've now got a blown injected Oldsmobile sitting over there in parts, which is for the Willys. So I guess something's got to happen there in the next 4 or 5 years. But I just keep getting waylaid off the main track, you know. It's that bloody eBay thing, you know. Thunderbird's on the way at the moment, at least that's painted and the motor's done and things, so hopefully in the next couple of months that'll be together. Well, I haven't pulled the Austin to pieces. I eventually want to put it back to as it was. I've even got the original race motor for it, as I just don't need another car in pieces at the moment. Hot rod kits, not all hot rods seem to muck around with them, but I mean a lot have done. And I've been tracking down a lot of good old stuff, you know. I guess I quite like all the history behind, you know, all the different things really. Like, I mean, I've got a lot of old amusement machines because I like all the history behind those, and same with books, magazines, model cars. You know, it's just all sort of, you know, combined really, you know. I'm an obsessive compulsive, that's why I haven't got any tattoos yet, because I couldn't just have one, you know. I sort of like, once I start on something, I like having the collection of, you know, if there is such a thing. slowing, yeah, I'm getting older, fatter and unhealthier. The all-nighters take a lot longer. Yeah. Well, I don't know, I mean, I'm still obsessed with it all and, you know, got all these plans, but like a lot of people, we'll have to live to 120 and that's probably not going to happen, so. Just caretakers of a lot of it, I guess. Muscle car, I mean, it wasn't even designed to be what it is. I was out cruising one day 24 years ago and just seemed to, I don't know how we ended up there, but we ended up at the Rangiora Showgrounds and it looked like a good spot. And I was talking to older guy there that by the name of John Spark, and he sort of was one of the people behind the place, and I just sort of said, oh, this would be a good spot to hold an event, you know. And so we held an event, and you know, we thought it would sort of maybe go for a couple of years, didn't know it would just keep growing, but it just went crazy. And I think we ran our first burnouts down on the farmers' car park. Our neighbour owned the farmers, you know, and I said, can we borrow your car park? He said, oh, that's fine, you know. So I think he was a bit stunned really to see what we were actually doing with his car park, but a couple of years later we laid some concrete down there, and I had to go to a meeting with the AMP, and it was their cattle wash area and we wanted to make it 3 times bigger. And so I had to go to see all these farmers, and John Sparks says, well, he wants to put on a racetrack. I said, well, it's not really a racetrack, you know, it's for a burnout area, and because none of these farmers could work out what the heck was going on about. And in the end, John says, he wants to make your cattle wash 3 times bigger. Oh, okay, we'll vote for that. So that's how we got our burnout pad, really. That's why it's where it is. But yeah, no, it's been a good association all the way through, and it has been a perfect spot. And good support from the local community, but you know, as years go on, they make it harder and harder and harder. You know, it's getting almost close to the too hard basket, which is a lot of events sort of fall over. Some parts are easy because you just ring them, you know, the various places up and say same again. But every year there seems to be a new problem. And yeah, I don't know, it's just you solve 3 and gain 3 more sort of thing, you know. Well, we've always supported the younger ones. Like the competitors have really just got older and older, so they're actually a lot more civil than they used to be. You know, the powers that be think, you know, we run this incredibly outrageous thing, you know, but tried to you know, create a place that the young ones can come as well. You know, it's you've got to keep an eye on them because they can get a bit out of control at times, but I think you've got to give them the support and encouragement to you know, otherwise the sport's going to die. Same with the bands. We probably have 10 to a dozen bands or musical acts each year, and several of those are, you know, I guess aimed at the younger ones. So the old ones just, you know, think it's horrible and walk out in disgust. But you know, it's kind of a bit for everybody, really. I think it's actually probably a bigger problem than people realise, because most of the ones who own our sport tend to think it's their sport and not really, you know, worrying about a lot of others that are, you know, to try and, I guess, market it to other groups, you know, but not a big area of people now, but yet, but hopefully it'll just grow and grow, you know, it needs to. It's real healthy, like there's so many cars coming in, but I felt about show 18th, 19th year, it really hit its peak. We got up to about 1,500 cars and it sort of siphoned back to, stayed around the 1,000 car mark. And I don't know, it hasn't really, it just hovers now. More and more cars coming in, and each year there'll be a bunch of new cars, a bunch of new people who've never been before, and others that just disappear, or, you know, they come and go, you know. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, it's certainly a buzz, you know. It's I'm very proud of it. It's sort of, a lot of the time it's been a one-man band thing, and unfortunately most of the information's up in my head, which makes people trying to help me, you know, quite futile at times. It was only going to be 20, then I thought 21 sounds like a good number, and then it just kept on going. I thought, oh gosh, you know, it'd be nice to hit the 25 year thing, but you know, it's sort of, I don't know, we're just, no promises, but hopefully someone else will take over where I leave off, maybe.